Good morning. We have a fresh week, Monday, November 24th. It's Thanksgiving week, if you didn't understand that. It's Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. It's Kyle Mounts here, talking about EV subscriptions, batteries, and the great freeze. We'll explain what the great freeze is in a second. But we're in it, and I'm not just talking upstate New York.
It's not what Nashville or upstate New York are going to experience.
Is it cold in Nashville right now?
Not right now. Right now, okay. It's okay. It's like 47, but later this week, this is not a November normal thing. We get lows in the low 20s, which is just not okay.
Oh, welcome to Thanksgiving week.
Welcome to Thanksgiving week.
39 here today. It feels
not bad. For you guys, that's not bad.
Yeah, I know. It's a sad day. It's a sad morning for all the upstate New York Eagles fans. It was a bad. I brought it up. Nathan's in the background. We haven't talked about it yet. It was a thing.
I'm so sorry.
But a lot of people were happy. Hey, if you're a Dallas fan, you're super happy.
Yeah, that's a tough lot. That's like that's the one you don't want to lose.
I know. It happens. It happens. Hey, we had an amazing week out in LA at the LA Auto Mobility and the LA Auto Show. Thank you to our friends at Cars Commerce and Kirby for helping us get out there and make it happen and get all the stuff done. We had such a great time talking with people we've never talked with before, including we locked down and conducted a little interview with executive from Scout. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about that more. I don't know when we're going to release it, but it was a great conversation.
Next week. Everything's slated for we're gonna start dropping stuff next week. So
there you go. Thanks for jumping in.
See, that's why we have a head of production.
It
keeps
is
us on time on that stuff.
Well, Lord knows when. I was going to say if it was up to us. When it was up to us, it was just we just ready fire aim.
Ready fire aim.
What else are we releasing this week? New Auto Collabs episode.
Collabs, actually, we got to hang out with you got to hang out with.
I got to hang out with.
Lucky and me. It's an in-person podcast. So if you're not the watch video podcast type person, you should be for this one. You and him talked about what's really breaking down trust between OEMs and dealers from someone who's kind of been on both sides and been in the middle of it too at an auction. So he's seen everything in between, and Igor's just dialed in.
Look at that chair he's sitting in. That chair he's sitting in is not just a thumbnail picture. That's the exact chair he was sitting in while we were in person talking.
The color vibes are so on.
I know.
They're so on.
In-person conversations are amazing. We're going to have plans for a lot more of those in the next 12 months. That's for sure.
Yep.
All right. News time. EV subscription company Autonomy, Scott Painter by now. They've secured $25 million in funding to add more than 1,200 vehicles to broaden their lineups beyond just Teslas. Autonomy operates a subscription-based model where customers choose an EV on the app, pay by credit card, and receive delivery through dealer partners. Now the new funding is bringing Polestar and Volvo models, plus some updated Tesla Model 3 and Ys into the fleet. Recent model year and off-lease CPO EVs are also being added to offer more price points. Very smart for subscribers, which you're not a purchaser, you're a subscriber. Dealer partners handle delivery. Galpin Motors is going to lead the Polestar rollout in LA using a Deloitte-built digital experience. I got to see this.
Wow.
Founder and CEO Scott Painter said, quote, "Our goal is to make getting a car as easy as streaming a movie on the customer's terms."
Yeah, I mean, this is first of all, Autonomy's kind of been coming around for just the last couple of years. The $25 million bump to have the cash on hand to get the vehicles out there was kind of the thing they needed to tip it over the line. Pretty cool that there's a diversification in the type of models that are going to be brought to the platform. But this is, I think, one of the ways that we can increase EV adoption with short-term options for customers, allowing them to pay by credit card, still delivering through dealer partners, deepening that connection. Galpin Motors has always been on the forefront of innovation. So I don't see any way this is going to absolutely crash and burn. The worst case scenario is more people get a chance to drive an EV, even if it goes down.
Good. I mean, I can't remember how long subscriptions are for. Hey, good morning, Brian Ortega. What's up, Rob? Jumping in the comments. How long are subscriptions for? It's not
I mean, if sign up for close to what fair and stuff like that, you can choose 6, 12, 18 months. But I honestly can't remember, couldn't tell you.
I mean, that'd be great. Well, I think with affordability being the conversation throwing CPOs in there is pretty awesome, especially if you don't want to make a long-term commitment. Short-term commitment, interested to see what this Deloitte built software or digital experience looks like for sure. I mean, we'll try to see.
Yeah, so interesting.
That I know
that Deloitte would deliver that.
I mean, it's a new world. They have Lovable, right?
Don't you do not tell customers that you built a consumer grade.
They're not going to tell them.
Bro.
I mean,
if anybody look,
how else are you going to charge millions for like a $40 subscriction? I'm teasing. I'm sure it's way better than that.
Yeah.
Speaking of way better.
Stop. Segue.
Time. Oh wait. I'm sorry. Was somebody saying they have an update on something?
I did, but it's fine.
What do you have an update?
It's a month.
Update.
The update is on the subscription, the length of the subscription for Autonomy. It's a month-to-month subscription. You have to keep it for a minimum of 1 month, and then you drive it for as long as you like, or return it by giving them a 2-week advance notice.
Is there a
so it's
fee
kind
to
of
turn
like
it in?
fair. The Scott Painter's been trying to figure out the subscription thing. He had fair before.
Man, if that was available in this market, I would be trying whatever they
all
had
the cars.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
I wonder if there's an age limit. I got some teen drivers coming up into the ranks here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Moving on. We're moving on. All right, Foxconn. You've heard of that name before, and you probably already know it's the same company that built the iPhone in your pocket if you're an iPhone user. It's rapidly reinventing, again, this time as a global battery supplier capable of powering future cars, buses, and data centers. So big batteries, not little batteries in the phones, the big batteries. New $193 million battery plant in Kaohsiung is ramping up from 0.5 gigawatts to 1.2 gigawatt hours next year, supplying commercial vehicles and now passenger EVs. Foxconn says it can replicate its full automated 85% in-house battery supply chain anywhere in the world.
Wow.
Creating local supply for OEM partners. Everyone sits up a little taller. Now, the EV lineup is expanding. The Model C, B, D, E, and A. And the company has its first U.S. customer for the Model C, awaiting North American certification. Partnerships are multiplying, including a new electric bus venture with Mitsubishi Fuso, including Foxconn-built battery packs. So here's Troy Wu, Global Battery Strategy Lead. He said, quote, "We can duplicate this anywhere and scale up. Customers are looking for one-stop shopping."
First of all, so savvy by Foxconn to just go, you know what? We already know how to do this on a small scale. Let's bring that same technology to the big scale. I think this is any business right now is looking like cross vertical, parallel vertical. And for them to get into the OEM, I mean, they already know how to deliver supply right next to the supply chain or the build and manufacturing process that they need to for phones. So it makes sense that they could replicate manufacturing and industrialize the battery supply across the world. If I'm OEMs, everybody's going to be knocking down the door to be like, can you build one of these right next to my plant in city X? Right.
Well, especially in the US.
In the US,
manufacturing.
yes,
if they can deliver that, like the battery factory in a box concept, I mean, they should just call it battery factory in a box.
Call us if you need some marketing advice. There you go.
I think they're fine. Speaking of hiring marketers,
or not, they're calling it a chill, and it's settled over the American labor landscape as companies avoid both layoffs and hiring, creating what economists are calling the Great Freeze. It's a market stuck in neutral, good for job security and not so great for career mobility. Layoffs do remain low, but hiring has also slowed as companies cling to workers while avoiding expansion during economic uncertainty. Things like tariff questions, the AI impact on jobs, supply constraints, and weak pockets like construction are all contributing to hesitancy in adding headcount. Companies are holding on to workers for stability, but a recession could break that trend. Unemployment is still low, thank goodness, yet job openings have fallen to 7.2 million. Nicole Bachaud, I apologize for that name, mispronunciation most likely. Labor economist at ZipRecruiter said, "We're seeing employers and job seekers both trying to wait out any of the uncertainty."
I mean, so, okay, here it is. Nobody's hiring and nobody's firing. This is a long way from the Great Resignation a few years ago where people were leaving their jobs. Now we've seen hiring come back. And now we've seen, obviously, the number one culprit probably on everyone's mind for why this is happening. And we've heard this pretty consistently for the last 12 to 18 months. Large companies saying, We're not laying people off, but we're not hiring, and we are growing, right? That's the third little indicator in there. Companies are growing. They're not hiring more people. Instead, they're leveraging tools to stay more efficient. And I mean, we'll see. I mean, I can't remember a year now, my memory in the last 5+ years where we haven't been talking about are we heading toward a recession? I feel like it's just a regular thing, right? That's what everybody's been saying, but I think this is just indicative of a major change in how work is getting done and the type of work that's getting done. So I don't consider this bad news. I just consider it like this is the state of things right now, which gets me back to the main point for anybody out there in a job anywhere. It is learn the new tools that are out there and get more efficient and get better at being someone who can solve problems using these new things, adopt new workflows. And if you don't, it'll be really, really hard to get another job at some point.
And if you haven't tried Gemini 3 and Nano Banana updates, then you're doing yourself.
Oh man, they're good.
Kidding.
There's another story we didn't throw in today about OpenAI.
So much last
Sam
week.
Altman at OpenAI
he's like, yo, we're behind.
He called them, I think, what did he call them? He called them like they're like rough water vibes or something like that. It was like a very gen way to say it. It's like, no, y'all are there's a giant right next to you that's like just took a big swing and you don't really have an answer.
Just took a massive swing. And I mean, I saw stats this weekend. This is like not the story, but I saw stats this weekend on the proficiency of Gemini 3, and it like shatters every other mainstream LLM. Shatters.
Really?
Yeah. If I was all of them, I'd be troubled, because 2 years ago we were saying that Alphabet and Google were way behind, and they've just leapfrogged everyone, and they have all the resources.
Said, by the way, you're in our ecosystem already, so if we just make these things work across the tools you already use, you don't have to adopt new tools. And we all know,
you got to imagine they're trying to recover $35 billion in ad sales that they might have to dissolve in 2026 because of the antitrust lawsuits. And so they're going to try and recover that in that new technology, which is going to be all up in AI.
Yeah, we could do a show just on that, but we don't have time for that. It's Monday. It's a short week because of Thanksgiving, so we have a lot more work to do. There's a day like Thursdays for Turkey Day. No selling, no working, eating turkey. So get ready, work hard. We'll see you here tomorrow, and we'll get this thing fired up.